Shoreline homeowners, are you wondering how much your house is worth? Well, we've got sales, prices, and predictions, everything you need to know for the month of July 2022. Summer is finally here, and although it's typically a slower time for our real estate market, housing prices have stayed hot for the month of June. Here in Shoreline, Washington, median home prices kept bumping up by $10,000. Now we're up to $790,000. That's a straight upward climb for the last 3 years since June 2019. So click the link below if you'd like to learn how much your home is worth right now. There were fewer closed and pending sales in the last month, indicating fewer transactions taking place. And although the inventory levels have been climbing up since March, indicating potential softening of the market in the months ahead, when buyers' dollars don't go as far thanks to inflation and higher interest rates. So it's not reflected yet in our June numbers, but it is on the radar and on the minds of a lot of people in the real estate industry. So let's talk about what we're seeing with interest rates. This is section number 2. We are at 5.78% interest rate, which is big news because of how fast the Fed has been raising rates. This makes it a lot harder for buyers who thought they could afford a house here and have seen their budgets eroded away to a lower price point than what they had initially thought. But it's not all bad for sellers. Builders are having a hard time bringing additional inventory onto market. We have high labor costs, supply chain slowdowns, surplus of red tape. One home builder that I know has been trying to bring a new development online for the last 7 months, but he's been really slowed down by King County's process for getting all the paperwork done. It's just taking him forever. They still haven't released. In addition to low competition from builders, the other good piece of news for sellers is that there's this sort of bubble within the millennial demographic between 2020 and 2024 when they are at the peak home buying years to enter the market as first-time home buyers. So we still have 2 more years within this window where we can expect a lot of millennials to be entering the market, creating a large pool of buyers. They may not be able to afford as much house as they want, but they still want to buy something. And they want to buy for personal reasons, like maybe they got married, maybe they're having kids, maybe they just feel like it's time to settle down and be an adult. But they're buying on the basis of personal reasons and not necessarily because of what might be happening with the economy. So I know if you're considering a move, it's a big decision, and I'm certainly here to help you get it done. My name is Emily Cressey with HomeSmart Real Estate Associates, and as a real estate professional, I study home prices every day. As the sharply rising interest rates are throwing a wrench into the gears, there's a lot of uncertainty in the market, and frankly, some homes are not selling in the first week like they had been, so it's extremely challenging to know how much your home is worth. But now you can actually sell it for top dollar and make a plan to feasibly buy your next home. It's not quite as much time pressure on the buy side. So it's a great time. You've got the wind at your back as far as all of this years of price increases, and you now have this window of being able to get into a home a little bit more easily. So if you're thinking about making that transition, I want to give you the opportunity for a custom one-on-one home consultation. We'll get together and go through exactly what your home might be worth if you were to sell it now. So click the link below and you'll be taken to a page where you can tell me all about your home and then have the opportunity to schedule a time to connect with me for a custom one-on-one home evaluation. Simply click the link below to discover your home's true potential. And now it's time for everybody's favorite part of the show, predicting the future. Yes, it's time for Emily's predictions for the Shoreline housing market this summer. There are a lot of people who are freaked out that the market is going to crash or that we are in some sort of a housing bubble. What I'm seeing in the field is that more homes are taking more than a week to sell. Crazy, right? So now the days on market average is still 6 days, but we're seeing that not as many multiple offers are coming in, maybe just 1 or 2 offers on the offer review date. And in some cases, sellers have to drop their price or offer concessions depending on how aggressive they were with their pricing in the first place. However, most national economists do not think that we are in for a major crash a la the 2006, 2008 market. That's kind of in our mind. We're like, what goes up must come down. We have that as like the last recession was a housing recession, but that's not necessarily closely tied in to what's happening now. In fact, we have a lot of inflation right now, and real estate is a great inflation hedge. Major investment funds have been buying up real estate all over the country like crazy for the past few years. And now that weaker buyers have washed out of the market due to rising interest rates, investors are having a little bit easier time finding good deals. So that's where the big money is going. It's going into owning property. So if you do want to sell now, it's a great time because we have had this big run up and prices are very high now compared to what they were 2 years ago. But as it's softening, more concessions are coming up. What I see is not a big crash, but a slower rate of growth. I think with as high as inflation is, we will continue to see prices go up, but you may not be beating inflation by quite as much as you would have been over the last couple of years. One of the great reasons that real estate works is because of leverage. When you have that loan, you're buying the house with today's dollars, but you're paying it off with currency that's worth less. So essentially it's like your mortgage gets cheaper in the future as those dollars get eroded away. So to get the best price for your home in today's market, it really helps to do your preparation before you go live on the market. So get it cleaned, get it updated, get staging to make it look its best, like a model home, and strategically price it to attract a hungry crowd of buyers. Then blast it to the masses so everybody who may be interested knows that it's for sale, not just the people that are searching on the MLS that day. So if you want to know how we do this, how we implement our A+ system to get your home sold quickly and for top dollar, click the link below and request that home valuation. Now, my forecast for the Shoreline area is to observe that somewhat sales have softened up, but values are still high and they should continue to increase, just more slowly, helped along by inflation and that imbalance with our buyer-heavy marketplace. So if you have questions or you want to discuss the economic models behind this update, feel free to reach out or write a comment below. Otherwise, I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. I'm Emily Cressey, and here at HomeSmart Real Estate, we do more.